Next up on the Straight Up R&D podcast.
Versus you don't work at all and you just getting money and you just chilling. Like, you're getting money, bro. And we're paying for that. I would like my tax money to go into New York City schools and make schools better. Pay the teachers a little bit more. Mm-hmm. They don't get a lot of money. Pay some firefighters that's literally dying to save your ass when you burn down your own house. They need to get paid more. That's their life. So I think he's doing a good thing. Sometimes the way he's going about it is wrong, like sending the email and all that stuff. Like,
oh, what's your opinion on the email?
The email that was he shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that. To me, it's like,
is it petty?
It's petty. It's really petty because there's so many other ways you could have went and verified that. Sending out an email. What about nurses that don't check emails? You got people at jobs that they have an email account, but they never use it because they never get emails. I worked a job where I had an email account and never checked it because I never needed to check it.
What kind of jobs they work when they don't check the email? Yo, y'all.
Yo. What's good, everybody?
We back. What's good, y'all?
Back. We had a little hiatus, but, we're still going to come out, still going to pump out all the videos. Don't even worry about that.
Yeah, there's too much stuff going on not to talk about.
It's the wild, wild USA, man. That's what it is. I'm going to tell y'all right now. But before I get into it, this is a Straight Up and R&D podcast where we keep it real, raw, uncut, straight up with opinions based on motherfucking facts. And the number one rule on this podcast is we do not give a fuck about your feelings.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck at all, but shit. I'm excited to get back into it. We appreciate the support, but have fun watching this one.
Yo, have fun watching this one. And we're just gonna come straight out of the floodgates with this one. This was like literally breaking news, literally hot off the skillet, literally hot gun shells that just fell to the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, the gun is still smoking type shit. Like, Zelensky came to the United States and had an interview with Trump. And the purpose of him coming here was to make a deal or sign a deal to end the war with Russia, or even have the conversation where the two countries can make a deal and have a ceasefire. And boy, did it go left.
All the way to fuck. It
went left. So all of this was live, open, in real time to the media in the Oval Office. Okay? Like, this ain't no back door. This is like in the White House. And I'm gonna just sum it up. Things got out of hand to the point where JD Vance is basically telling Zelensky to tell Trump on national TV, thank you for giving us the support, right?
Because from their perspective, it's the USA have gave you hundreds of billions of dollars with nothing in return.
Yes.
So you should basically be on your knees thanking us, because without us, this would have been over a long time ago.
Right. So they want him to bow like a Shaolin monk. You know what I'm saying? They want him to bow down like he was born in Korea. You know what I'm saying? So, it's I like, then they started to buck heads, and it came to a point where Zelensky said, look, if we don't get a deal or if there's no securities or anything, like the U.S., you guys are going to feel it.
Don't tell me how to feel. Don't tell me how
he goes like, you are no one to tell us how we're going to feel.
You don't know that.
and he's like, you don't know that. And Trump is going off. Trump is turning red.
Yo.
He's red like the Solo Cup.
Yo.
I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on?
Vance was red too.
Vance was amped up. Everybody, the media was like, what? Like, it's crazy. They was quiet.
You know what's crazy? I saw a different shot. The Ukraine ambassador was there. She had her head down, shaking.
I didn't see that angle.
There was another angle. I'm gonna try to bring it up while you talking, but
yeah.
She had her head down, shaking, I guess, embarrassed and disappointed that nothing would get done. Because at that point, she knew that
It's over.
it's over. Nothing's going to get done.
So one of the main things, and after watching the full video, I'll put the link in the description. One of the main things, the takeaways that really kind of sparked the entire confrontation, other than JD kind of pressing Zelensky to, say thank you, was Zelensky wanted to make sure that if they sign this deal, they have, the manpower, military security.
This is her.
Oh my god.
With her head down.
Damn. Oh my gosh. That's bad.
It's terrible, babe. Go ahead.
Yeah, so he wanted to make sure that the US has his back if Russia was to invade Ukraine again. Which again, I see
Makes sense.
It's legit. It's a legit ask that if we sign this deal, you guys need to make sure Putin doesn't invade again, because he's done it before many times.
He's done it many times.
And any logical person is going to say that. Like, we
Makes
have to keep it a
sense.
buck. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Putin has a track record of doing this. And it's like, can the U.S. make a guarantee that Putin is not going to invade? No, they can't.
Yeah, because it's like every president, unless they're selected for a second term, it's 4 years. So like this administration is different from the previous administration on policies and the way they want to run the country. So Trump could say, yeah, we'll make sure. I'll make sure. And while I'm in office, somebody else comes in. Yeah, that was made with the previous president.
Yeah, that's none of my business. And each administration, they have a thing of undoing the other president's stuff, right? And that's true. So I can understand the frustration with Zelensky because his people are dying.
Yeah.
People are dying every day. As they're talking, arguing, people are getting clipped, right? So it's like, I get the built-up frustration that's in him, and that's how it came out. But it in front of the media, not a good look. Trump should have been like, yo, we're going to cut this right here. Y'all need to get out of the room and we talk. But I feel like it really this entire fiasco really screwed up the entire deal, because Trump kicked them out after that.
They even have lunch.
They had the food ready and everything. And the news reporter out there was like, yes, they were supposed to have dinner after they make the deal or whatever, the negotiation. They said the staffers ate the food. They made the staffers eat the food. The people that were invited, the press that was in there, the staffers, ate that food. And Zelensky and his crew left to go on Fox to talk more shit, to expose your cards even more.
And there's a saying in like professional sports: never talk to the media after a loss, because your emotions are still high. You're going to say the wrong shit. And it was not a smart move. While your emotions are high, you had a public spat with the president and vice president on public, on the media. Mm-hmm. It was not a smart move to go do an interview right after. If you want to do one tomorrow, a couple of days after, where you're thinking more logically, you're more level-headed, fine. But I don't know. It's like, wow. I'm just thinking, like, if you want to strike a deal, if you think there was any like reason, maybe there was a small chance to strike a deal, why would you go on and do an interview right after? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get it. So, but yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, but nah, like I said, this whole fiasco screwed up the deal. And then he goes on Fox, and briefly, I'll just say, he just keeps talking too much about it. And he had a translator in there because there were some certain words that the news anchor was asking him that he didn't know and needed to get translated. So it's like, even when he was talking with Trump, how many things got mistranslated in that, interaction, that altercation? How many? I think a lot of stuff did.
It's not his native language. is not his native language. But yeah, bro, like, what was your initial reaction? Like, before you got to, like, really think about, like, what was your initial reaction?
Yo, my initial reaction, to be honest, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, legit, like, I have my headphones in, and I'm like, and I'm hearing, I'm like, wait, I had to look at my phone, because I'm like,
what the fuck going on?
Like, I'm just hearing it, I'm doing whatever, and I'm like, no, like, what? I came look at my phone, and they're like, and I'm like, yo, and I'm like watching this shit, and I'm like, damn, like, this is pretty fucking serious. Like, I've never seen, and again, I'm watching this, I've never seen any president or two presidents in the room talking like that to each other, right? And I'm like, what? And I'm watching, and in my head, I'm like, yo, this is the type of shit that is gonna be like a part of history.
Oh my God.
Like, this is history live in 4K. Like, it didn't get any better than that. Like, this is gonna be on the fucking, like, frontline documentaries and CNN 60-minute documentaries when they take the snapshots of what happened and, you know, the whole aftermath of whatever happens with this war. It's like, yo, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, damn, man, like, now countries around the world is looking at this and like,
nah, this is crazy.
This is crazy. Like, do they want to do deals with a guy like this? That's going to publicly show this? I mean, I'm sure other presidents, just like how he whipped Mexico in shape, just like how he whipped Canada in shape, they wouldn't want this to be out in the media now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nah, like, my initial reaction, first of all, I was laughing the whole time. I'm like, Zelensky, who the fuck is you to be coming up in here like this, talking shit like that, right? I was like, man, and then I was like, man, you just giving them more ammo, Trump and JD, for the people who already hate you. Mm-hmm. Like, the public media, like, the mainstream media is ran by Democrats. Even though you won the election, most of America voted for you. It don't feel like it. It doesn't feel like he was voted in, because every day is story after story of how we should hate Trump and why we should hate Trump. Right? So my initial reaction was like, damn, they just here negotiating. It's just a heated argument. But once I cooled down, you know, I'm walking to the train station, I was like, this should have happened behind closed doors. Because it's not the argument I have a problem with. Because I'm pretty sure we just don't see it. Yeah. It's probably been way more heated arguments in the background that we just don't.
They've probably been breaking glass, throwing tables.
Yeah, like men about to fight each other. We just don't see and we don't know about it. But for this to be public, it's a bad look. And to be honest, like, I was saying, English is not his first language. He may not have meant to been disrespectful, but because he's like trying to find and process the words, you thought he was disrespectful. But his intent wasn't meant to be like that.
I feel like...
So that's why I was like, JD usually is not even like that, though. He jumped the gun like, yo, who the hell... That's Trump. We heard that from Trump. He been hating on Trump for real now.
Oh, man.
He's the vice president. JD is not usually like that, but JD, like, jumped the gun and thought he was being disrespectful. Like, how dare you come to the Oval Office and say that? You know what I'm saying? And then, like, after JD got on him, and it just blew up.
Did you notice after the very end, after, you know, they're trying to wrap up, JD patted Trump on the arm, like I got you, bro. Like,
and that's what you want in your VP.
And look, hey, that's a loyal soldier right there. You know what I mean? You can't. And like, would Kamala Harris do that for Biden? I don't even think she would be in the room. Honestly.
She probably
I'll tell you that right now.
I'll give Kamala that it was her downfall. She was loyal to Biden to the end.
I don't think so.
Well, in front of public media. That's why she lost. Remember, she was on The View. No, there's nothing I would have done differently for Biden. Yeah, that's why your ass ain't here.
No. She would say that if it's like, oh, we're just talking and like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. But if it's an interaction like that,
yeah.
I don't think she's gonna be a soldier like that to be like, yo, you better not disrespect her. She's not gonna say that. Exactly. It would have been more politically correct and.
But see, this is the thing. I think the reason why we have mixed feelings about it, and we'll see how we feel about it in a year or two. We never seen this from a president or from an administration before. Like, this shit is just brand new. So it comes off as a shock. It's like, whoa, the president of the United States and the vice president of the United States just did that in front of the camera. Like, that has never been happened before.
Never happened before, guys.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why we have mixed feelings about it. I mean, I don't think we would change our feelings. Cause a part of me is like, well, I'm glad, we got to see what it's like behind closed doors with negotiations. And that, at least we would know if you're doing this in public media behind closed doors, you will have America's back and best interest in your own way. But my main thing is that it shouldn't have been done in front of the cameras because, bro, TDS is strong. It's strong. So like any little, and at this point, I know Trump don't care, but any little thing he does, bro, it gets misconstrued, and then it turns into a whole different story.
Nah, I hear you on that, but it's because it's a tough situation. Like if I was in Zelensky's shoes, I would understand how desperate it is.
Of course.
And even like just letting Trump know how it feels to be me right now. Right?
He's been through hell.
How it feels to be dealing with somebody who's been invading your country so many times. Your men are dying. Your people is afraid. They say, okay, we can strike the deal. We can sign the dotted line. Everything is Gucci. But the Ukrainian people, they're not going to know if he's going to attack tomorrow. Like, all right, the deal's
always
done.
Looking over your eye.
Your
shoulders.
We put our guards down, and then that's when we're most vulnerable, and he could sweep in and take over.
It makes sense that he wants security.
It makes absolute sense.
And I think what they should have, that's why I'm like, JD usually doesn't act emotionally like this, and I can understand frustration from his side. You should have put yourself in his shoes as like, man, I've been fighting this war for years. A lot of my people are dying. Innocent people have died. And not even only this war, but previously he attacked my country. Like, this is weighing heavy on me. Like, this is a lot to deal with. Mm-hmm. So even if he did come off a little rude, try to show some empathy and understand like why he came off as frustrated, as he did. Mm-hmm. But also, I just think also like it's just an emotional moment, like for both sides. In America, people's like, yo, when are you going to end this war? Because he promised to end that war in 48 hours. Obviously, he hasn't ended that war in 48 hours. So it's like, when is our deal finally going to get done? People saying that you're on side with Putin, and on his side, he got a much bigger problem. People are dying. His country isn't being invaded. So it's like,
we understand the urgency.
Like, and then even with what Trump was saying was true, like, you ain't got many soldiers left. It's like, God damn, bro. Like, you didn't have to say that on live TV. But it's true.
It's true.
It could be true.
It's true.
And Zelensky probably knows that. And it's like, yo, like, I really need help.
But you gotta also think, right? On the other side, it's like, you came here, you took billions, you left. You came here again, you took billions, you left. And it's like, you're coming here now, but we're trying to get a deal because we're not trying to pay you to keep going back and forth with this guy. Like, being logical on a general strategic level, thinking about war, it's like you're holding on by a thread, and we know Russia is holding back on you. Like, they didn't even like go full force on you, because if they did, it would have been done in 2 weeks. They're saying, yeah, he said it. He was like, yeah, I heard 2 days, 2 weeks, I heard it all. But it's like, still, Russia didn't even. They did the one strike with the bombs. The super hypersonic bombs.
Yeah.
And they videotaped that. That was videotaped.
That was right before Trump came in.
Yeah. So it's like, bro, imagine if they did that at your home base. You can't stop that. They said not even the anti-air missiles can stop that. So you're done.
I think there should have been a bit more empathy.
This is going to cost almost $500 billion to repair that entire city, bro.
But yeah, and you're right, because even when the war is finished, they need support and help to rebuild their cities.
Where are they going to get the money? Where are they going to get the money from? They're obviously borrowing money that they're going to have to pay back. So the deal, and another thing is like after I watched it, I see why Zelensky wasn't quick to say, all right, yeah, let's sign the deal. Yes, he wants the security to make sure that Russia doesn't invade again. But Trump wants the rare earth minerals. Mm-hmm. He wants their natural resources, right? And I can understand, they wanted to build batteries and technology and all of that other stuff, right? Products, and the U.S. would make money off of it. But it's a case where it's like, all right, we got the U.S. coming in my country. They digging up the ground. They taking all of our stuff, and they're sending it back to their country, and they're making all this money off of it. And what do we get? We get nothing. All we're getting is military support, right? And we know there's an asterisk besides that, because it's like, hey, we'll help you, but it has to reach a certain level of like out of hand, or has to get really bad for the U.S. to really step in. And to me, if I was Zelensky, I'd feel the same way. I'm like, yo, I'm not going to have you come up in my country and start taking all of my minerals.
Got to put some limits around it. But that's the part of the negotiation process.
But yeah, and then again, that's a part of the negotiation process. So he should have been level-headed. And look, I put more to blame on JD and Trump than I do on Zelensky. I'm going to tell you that right now. You know what I mean? Like, it should have been like, yo, we got to get these people out of the way, the media out of the way, so we can really talk. Like, I came here to business, not for a political stunt. You see what I'm saying?
But my main problem with Zelensky, I just think he talks too much. I really do. Like, before this whole spat happened, I just like, he gets in front of the cameras all the time, which, as a president, you can do that. Not saying you can't take interviews, but I feel like he's revealing too much. Like, moving the shadow, moving the background, negotiate a deal, and get this done. Like how
Netanyahu did it with the Hamas and stuff.
Perfect example.
You know what I mean? It's like he didn't go around, we're doing this deal and we're gonna do this and we're gonna give them this.
Zelensky's going on an interview world tour, so it's like you're talking to him, and then that's how it started. He started ranting a bit too much, and that's what I think. I really truly think they were supposed to come out there, say hi to the media, say like, look, we're hoping to get something done today. We want peace. We don't want them to get invaded anymore. Answer a few questions, and that's it.
Yeah.
But Zelensky took that as a time to let his true feelings come out, talked a little bit too much, and boom, it started. But even though he started it, I agree with you. I put majority of the blame on JD Vance. Because even when it first started, Trump was level-headed in the beginning. Trump was just like, all right, JD, do your thing. And then what caused Trump to start? I forgot.
It was the influence when he said, oh, you're going to feel it.
And then Trump jumped in like, all right, let's back up now. You know what I'm saying? Because Trump didn't say nothing.
He said, we're going to feel good. That's what he said. I'm like, yo.
Yeah,
this shit is crazy.
It was just JD talking at first. And then, Trump jumped in. So it was just like, and again, I don't really have a problem with the conversation. I have the problem with the conversation being live.
Look.
If you said it behind closed doors, we wouldn't know. It's all right, bro. That's just the way it goes.
Like, yo. I'm going to be honest. I'm like more glad. Like, okay. I don't want to say I'm 50-50, but maybe 60-40. But it's like, I want to see that. Like, I want to see that.
Of course we want to see it.
I want to see it.
But we ain't supposed to see it.
I know. It's like, because it gets to me like, all right, all the classified files. Like, he said he's going to give it out. I want to see it. I want to read it. I want to know. Fort Knox, is there really gold over there? Like, let me see. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to know. And like, for stuff like this to happen, like, I would want it to happen in real time in front of us, but not a whole argument. Not an argument. I'm not gonna say I want that.
Even if it gets heated for a little bit, I just feel like the moment it got heated, JD should have just cut up. But at the same time, it's hard for me to say what he should have did when they in that moment and they're like, all right, fuck it, we doing this, how we doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like,
screw it. Like, we'll just do it. What's up?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't have a problem with them negotiating because, like, I always refer back to the sports world. They said when you're negotiating a contract, they bring up some of the most ruthless shit about you as an athlete, saying you did this when you was in high school. Your character is terrible. They bring up so much stuff about you because that's what it's like to negotiate a new contract. So it doesn't surprise me that it was some low blows in negotiation. It's just like, should have just kept this behind closed doors and then just come out and like, hey, we reached a deal. Mm-hmm. That's it. So yeah, like Trump is just, I guess it's a gift and a curse sometimes. He's always in front of the camera. And when you're in front of the camera as much as he does, as much as he is, you're going to see slip-ups like this. Like, he lived, and I love the transparent that he's giving to America. Like, yo, this is what we doing. I'm here. You want to ask questions? I'm here. Like, bro, like his inauguration, bro, he's signing executive orders on camera, on live.
On camera, talking about it, explaining what it is. Like,
which is good, but
it's good.
This is going to happen when you live in front of the camera. It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Who said the media even had to see them today? You know what I'm saying? Zelensky could have just came in there. They could have talked privately the whole day.
Nobody would have. He would just say, "Yeah, Zelensky came. We had to talk. That's it. Boom." But you know that is actually something Biden would have done. You know, he would have been like,
"Oh yeah,
hiding." You know, because nobody want to see him talk. You know, he'd probably fall asleep 10 times and forget what he's saying. You know, or think he's a Vietnam War vet. I don't know. Like, who knows? But it's very interesting that, you know, they decided to do like this type of conversation on a public forum. Look, I appreciate it, but it should have never went left like it did. All right. I don't know what's gonna happen. I have a feeling this is gonna make the deal better. Yeah. Because it's like, you know, you let it out, the media's there, you wanna say, hey, we still have your back, we're still gonna support you, still gonna help you, but you know, they probably, you know, make up and be on a good level playing field, especially with the media. They're probably gonna say, oh, he's a good guy. You know, they're gonna start switching up their tune and saying, yeah, this person's a good person. But I feel like maybe in next week, I think by the end of next week or the following week, we're gonna have a deal cut. I think so.
This is part of the process, yeah.
I really think so. Like, and I want the war to stop. I don't, you know, for any country that's fighting and people dying, you know, like it's you really think about it, it's really bullshit. Like, people really fighting over bullshit.
When you're president of the country, you're sending soldiers out to fight a war, and you know some of them are going to die. You might feel like you're responsible for their death. Like, he's holding the lives of his people on his shoulders. But of course that shit is eating him. So that's why I'm like, listen, y'all. Have some, you know, some grace for Zelensky. Even though I think he talks too damn much. But, like, gotta show him some grace, some empathy for what his country is going through. And, you know, hopefully it ends soon, man.
Yeah, hopefully it ends soon. Hopefully they come up with something to fix the situation. You know, people just dying, you know, endlessly on this. But moving on, shoot, there's like so much to talk about. Like, I'll briefly talk about the Elon and his DOGE.
I'm interested to hear your perspective.
Not like, okay. Here's the thing. All right. So let me just summarize this. Elon did a podcast with Joe Rogan the same day all of this madness with Trump and Zelensky went through. Here's my thing: the Department of Government Efficiency, or whatever you want to call it, it's beneficial. After watching that podcast, it gave me a little bit more clarity that, obviously we were just saying the Democrats run the media. They run the media. They're the one pushing out the propaganda. There's so much hate for Elon, and I get it. On the surface, it's like, oh, the DEI stuff. You have all the airplanes that's crashing. You have all this stuff that's happening. And he's like, yo, which is true, which I do know, but he's saying there's always been a shortage of air traffic controllers, which is true. That is true, because even before Trump won, this is like maybe 2 years ago, I was watching a documentary about air traffic controllers and how that they're working mandatory overtime. They work 6 days a week, mandatory overtime, because there's a shortage in air traffic controllers. And then in my head, I was like, why would, why not have more people in that position, especially if it's so important? Like, you want to have more than, whatever, like if it's like 1,000 of them, you want to have like maybe 2,000, because think about people retiring, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
That handover thing. And it's a skill that you can't just learn over a year or two. You got to be on your shit, because planes is coming in. You got to know what to do.
Isn't there an age limit for that job?
Huh?
Air traffic controller.
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
But go ahead.
But he's saying, some of those air traffic controllers, they're retired, or some of them, he's like, majority of them are white. So when they got let go on the DEI, it was white people. So they were like, there was some sort of confusion with them. Like, how is it white people if it's DEI? Right. Right. But, he was saying that, and he's they're reaching out to rehire or take those people back because they need help. And then, like, a lot of the, the propaganda with the Social Security saying that they're going to end the Social Security, when they actually went in and found people who's 350 years old, 130, 150, 200 years old. And these are one person is 350 years old, but the other ones that's like above 100, they're in the millions, right? So you got millions of people who are over the age of 100 or 150 years old that's collecting a Social Security check. Mm-hmm. And people are saying the oldest person is a woman that's either 119 or 120 years old. That's who we know of. But if there's millions of people that's over 100, there's something strange about that.
Bro, when you hear somebody that lives to 100, like, wow, God bless. Like, how many people realistically that live to 100?
I know people that live, I have family that live to 97. But 100? I've never seen that. I would like to meet the person, but
those are anomalies. You normally don't even meet people
like that.
So to have millions of people collecting checks, it's like,
and it's like, who are behind these checks? Who's getting it? Obviously those people or imaginary people need to get cut off, because that's literally government money that's going to who knows, people that don't exist. Mm-hmm. You can't collect checks in your grave. Mm-hmm. So he's talking about all of that stuff and saying that, people are really trying to kill him. Obviously, they're trying to, get at him. He talked about the times people had assassination attempts on his life, on Elon's life, before he sided with Trump. You only can imagine how crazy it is now, right? But I think, he even discussed, like, they're really shaking up the system right now because he's seeing blank checks going to people, or checks with no description, no nothing, going to certain organizations, and kind of spilling the beans on a lot of this conspiracy stuff to say, yo, there's a lot of stuff here that don't look right. So it was a good interview, but it put a lot more things in perspective of what he's trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you listen to the media too much, you think this guy is out here trying to steal your social security number.
It's just crazy, man.
And I'm like, and he's like, yo, he had to go through security clearance. He didn't just walk in and the people who he got working for have to go through security clearance. If you get a federal job, you have to, you have to go through security clearance. Mm-hmm. Right? And it's true. So it's like, for him to say that and people to not actually realize that, it's kind of like, dang, you know.
It's just people hating Elon, man. And, you know, I was like, what the hell are you going to do with your social security? But anyway.
I mean, he owned PayPal. What they had, he even said there was the government, the system is not even secure, and it's been hacked many times. And somebody released 5 million people's social security on the internet. Everybody's stuff already got leaked. So he's like, yo, like, why? And he's like, what do I gain from that?
All right, so you like DOGE? You don't?
All right. I like what they're doing in terms of shaking up the government. Yeah, talk about, yo, why is Elizabeth Warren, she makes $170K, but she got 15 mil in the bank. How does that work? Makes sense. Bernie Sanders, dude got 90 million in the bank. How do you have that if you're just a senator and you are
That's a question for a lot of them.
And you're only making 180K? Like, how does that work? I understand. Like, I get it. Like, why are you making that money? How did you make that money? Did you hit the lotto?
I wrote a book.
You know what I'm saying? He's shaking up a lot of things, and I think that is what a lot of people were, you know, even think about in the black community. Oh, the government this and they this and this and this and this. Mind you, you had a Democratic president, and you were saying that shit. You had your Obamas, you had your Bill Clintons and the Bidens, and you were saying that shit. But now when somebody's in there trying to like do the work, you complaining. So it's like, what do you want? So I think he's doing a good thing. Certain things, yes, it sounds like you're going to extreme. But to be like, yo, motherfuckers on Section 8, you gotta work. You gotta work. But this is the same people that run back and say, oh yeah, the government is trying to separate the black family. You know, you gotta be in the house without a man. You have to have 2, 3, 4, 5 kids to get the food stamps and this, that, and the third. I'm like, all right. Well, now you have somebody that's coming in and change the system. Why are you mad now?
But they gotta work.
Because they gotta work.
No more food stamps.
But then when you see the lady in the grocery store that's on her Section 8 housing, she buying her food with her EBT card, and she got 3, 4, 5 kids, but then she out in the club at night, and she having a good time. She living her life. And then you over here saying, damn, why the price of eggs $10 for 12 eggs?
You think they care?
You think they fucking care? They're going to swipe the EBT card and go about their day.
If the lady got 5 kids, she probably getting $10,000 in food stamps a month or some shit like that.
And I get it. Certain people's scenarios, everything's case by case. I get it. But if you really exploiting the system like that, and now somebody's in to change it, to say,
you
all
have
right,
to change it.
If you want to qualify for food stamps or Section 8 or whatever the hell it is, you got to work at least part-time. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
What is wrong with that? Versus you don't work at all and you just getting money and you just chilling. Like, you're getting money, bro. And we're paying for that. I would like my tax money to go into New York City schools and make the schools better. Pay the teachers a little bit more. Mm-hmm. They don't get a lot of money. Pay some firefighters that's literally dying to save your ass when you burn down your own house. They need to get paid more. That's their life. So I think he's doing a good thing. Sometimes the way he's going about it is wrong, like sending the email and all that stuff. Like,
oh, what's your opinion on the email?
The email that was he shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that. To me, it's like,
Is it petty?
It's petty. It's really petty because there's so many other ways you could have went and verified that. Sending out an email. What about nurses that don't check emails? You got people at jobs that they have an email account, but they never use it because they never get emails. I worked a job where I had an email account, never checked it because I never needed to check it.
What kind of jobs they work when they don't check the email? Federal workers?
No. There's jobs like, let's say like.
Well, no, I know there's something like I had a job. Like my first job out of college was I checked my email like not really. It wasn't really that important coming like that.
Exactly, you getting spam, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I understand from that point.
No, like there's certain jobs where it's like laborers, like they work for the government, but all right, let's say the guys that do the repair on the highways, you see them, with the machines, they're not checking their emails, bro. Yeah, okay. They come into work. They come into work and they like, oh, what does the supervisor say I gotta do? I'm gonna do it. They don't have a computer. They don't have. The only time they probably go on the computer is when they go to the office in the first time in the morning. They don't have no. They have an email account, but they don't check.
My initial thought in an email. I mean, when I heard about it, I was like, okay, whatever. Like I didn't really have an opinion on it when I first heard. I'm like, okay, Elon saying, what you put in the email. I mean. Elon is saying, write 5 bullet points of what you did last week. Because in my head, the reason why I didn't care, because if I got that message from my manager, I'm like, okay, well, this is what I did last week. Send the email and I'm about my day. But I can see like how people will have a problem with it. Because some people just like, well, why should I answer to you? And it does come off a bit petty, but not even a but. When Elon took over Twitter, this is shit that he did.
Yeah.
He laid XXXXX people off and like, what did you do? I want to know a status report of everything you did. So this is how Elon runs his company. Now, the email, like, I understand it's petty. I think it was blowing up a little bit too much because, I don't know, bro. Like, it's like, I understand like how it is petty. Like, I don't think he should have sent it, like, because of like how it kind of blew up. But, bro, your boss sent you an email what you did last week. What you going to do? Fuck the man. I ain't about to.
I'm going to reply.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just reply to the email, go about your day. That's just
it. It ain't the end of the world.
So it's just like, I'm just kind of like, how much of a big deal is it to blow up in the media, talk shows? Elon shouldn't have sent no email. Who the hell he think he is? But I'm like, is it that much big of a deal? You know what I'm saying? So I was listening to Breakfast. I don't really listen to Breakfast Club. I'm seeing.
I got a lot of scene about that dude Charlemagne, but go ahead.
Yeah, we can talk about him too. But if I'm scrolling in a clip,
next episode,
there's a clip that came up of a woman. She remained anonymous. She says she's in Miami, Florida, works for the federal government. I forgot like where in the department. She said she got the email. She replied to it, and she said she loved that Elon did it. Because she said there's a lot of lazy motherfuckers in the federal government. She like, this is exposing it. Those are her words. Go look it up. And Charlemagne dumbass like, oh, I never heard that perspective before. I'm like, how you didn't hear that perspective before? You know what I'm saying? So she was on Elon's side and saying, I work my ass off to where I'm at. But there are people who literally just not doing anything. So my thing about the email is like... It is petty, but is it that much big of a deal to the point where it's just blowing up all over social media and the media outlets? Because I'm like, bro, like, at the end of the day,
they're all hyper focused.
Because I gotta like me. I'm thinking I'm putting into my job every week at my job. Literally every week. I ain't trying to expose what I do, but like I gotta like basically tell them what I did this week and what I'm expected to do next week. So it's like for me, I'm just sending my emails every week. I ain't going on social media. Fuck the man. I ain't telling these motherfuckers what I'm about to do. I have to do that every week. Tell them what I'm planning to do and how I'm going to get there. I have to get a roadmap of what's my goal. And I got to tell them how I plan to achieve that goal every week. So I'm like, I wish all I had to do was 5 bullet points every week. I wish. So I'm thinking about from my perspective. I'm like, bro, like, shit.
it's to me, I see is the people that don't do any work are the ones that had a problem with it.
You know, you see what I'm saying, man?
That's what I feel. The people who don't do the work had a problem with it. Because I'm sure all the other people that got the email, they're like, yeah, whatever. I feel like they probably didn't want to. Because it's like, nobody wants to. But they probably like, all right, if I need to keep my job, like, I'm going to say something. I'm going to send something.
You know, just...
And he said the idea behind it was just to make sure that, oh, we're getting hits back and these people actually are here, they're working. They don't. He's like, Elon said you could have wrote gibberish as long as you responded to the email. That was his thing. That's what he said. He's like, I didn't even care what the contents was.
Of course he's not going to sit down and read all. He just want to look at the reply rate.
Exactly. How much was there versus how much people is in the pool versus how much people responded. Then they're going to investigate the people that didn't respond. What's wrong with that? And you got a heads up.
And now he went on a public. I think they're going. You said they're going to try to do it again. He went public. He said, "Look, I don't give a damn which brother reply. So if you survive, maybe he's doing another kind of layout. If you survive, just something.
Just reply thumbs up. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's just like I understand both sides, but like I don't know. Maybe I just put myself in a situation, bro. I gotta send a fucking email every week, and it's more than 5 bullet points. Like what I gotta send 2 months at a time, and how I'm planning to get. It's like a fucking presentation.
Damn.
So I'm just like, bro, I wish
5 bullet points.
I wish that's all I had to do. It's a lot, bro.
Yo.
It's a lot. So when I see people complain about that, I'm like, what are you really doing up in there, motherfucker? Like, what are you really doing? So
yeah, no, it's really suspicious. It's really suspicious for some people, and you know, at the end of the day, and this is the other side of DOGE that I don't like, is that they're looking to see, okay, what department is unnecessary and cutting it off. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, these are people's jobs. These are people's lives. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I don't like about the DOGE.
And that's where, like, our empathy for people come out, and, like, where we just, like, we're everyday working citizens. Like, we understand what it will feel like to not have a job. Like, I've been in companies where I'm talking to somebody one day and then they got laid off. Like, it's a terrible feeling. I don't like that. I wish there was another way that you can accomplish what you want without laying people off. But it's just like, I don't know. Like, if you know Elon, and you know somebody's not even know Elon, but I was listening. What I was listening to? Andrew Schultz podcast. Flagrant. What's it called? Something flagrant. Fuck, man, I can't remember. But something flagrant. And they were talking about they were talking about DOGE and like what it takes to have such a successful company, right? Majority of CEOs, they'll lay off workers or cut, their salaries so that the company can make more money. That's why you see like layoffs happen all the time, because the company is trying to save money, and they will rather get rid of those workers and replace them with cheaper labor. So one of the guys on the podcast was saying he have employees and he tends to overpay them because he wants them to have a good life. And he said that has stunted his growth. He admittedly, that has stunted my growth for my company to grow because I overpay my employees. But he said, I'd rather do that than cut them. And, he said he's in a comfortable position, so he'll pay his employees, but it does stunt the company growth. So I started to think like, damn, man, like when you see all these companies do this layoff, and then when you're a public company, you're beholden to shareholders.
Mm-hmm. And they want you to meet those quarterly goals, those expected targets every single quarter.
You're not beholden to the employee. The shareholders run you. So what would you rather do, have the shareholders upset or cut some people? You know what I mean? So like it's a ruthless game. It's ruthless.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I like it, but it's just like, damn, bro. Like I wish it was a different way. And even when I think about it too, bro, I'm like, when I see like $1 billion companies do layoffs, they replace them with like cheaper labor or like if you're hiring for new positions, you're like, let me cut this department because I want to fill this department up. I'm pretty sure your company would have done just fine by keeping these workers and hiring for new workers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure you could have kept some of them people, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't like. I said all that to kind of agree with you. Like, I'm just putting in perspective, but I agree with you. Like, I don't like the laying off of people because, bro, like, think about it now. Like, mothers and fathers got to think about how to provide for their families now.
They have kids, or some people barely making it.
Barely make it. You know what I mean? Like, they're thinking about what's next.
Because one thing too, that from the company perspective that you brought it up is like, let's say you paying a guy like, I don't know, 180K, right? Mm-hmm. You fire him, and then you go hire someone and hire them for 80K or 75K, and they doing the same work. You know, it's like, all right, I saved all that money. You know, it's a W. I'm getting same output. Maybe, you know, give him a few months to get settled and understand the work, and then boom, I'm saving money. So I think that's what a lot of companies are doing. They're firing people, hiring them much cheaper, but letting them do more work. And like, it's a strategy, but to me, that strategy is like, all right, well, you can do that to meet this quarter's goal, right? Are you gonna get Q2? Like, are you gonna make it for Q2? Because you did this layoff here. You made the money back, but next quarter, all right, the people you hired, did they give you the output that you were expecting? You know, and then your shareholders could look at that and say, "Yo, even when companies do layoffs, shares go down."
Yeah,
you know, so it's a really interesting game that they play, but at the end of the day, like we were saying, these are people's lives, and
bro. Like like I'm talking, well, not talking, but like I remember this colleague of mine at an old company, she got laid off. Well, no, she didn't even get laid off. She just straight up got fired. Sorry.
Damn.
Like, yeah, she just got fired. She didn't get laid off. And I was keeping in contact with her for a little bit, you know, maybe like a couple of months, like here and there, like, hey, how's the job search going and stuff. Seeing like how hard it is to get a different job just made me feel so bad because like people who have jobs right now, I'm pretty sure they know how grateful and lucky you are, but when you don't have a job and you're looking for one, bro, that's a job in itself.
That's stressful.
Applying, getting declined.
Interviews, this, that, looking up. It's like, it ain't, and remember, it's not like it's just you. It's like millions of other people that's doing it too. So you're competing with the next person, you know, and then now they saying DEI is gone. You can't even use that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucked up. Like, I have to say raw like that. But I want to switch over.
Well, let me get my opinion on those real quick.
Go ahead.
I ain't gonna hold up. I carry the conversation somewhere else. But hold on. Let me just opinion on those really quickly.
All right, wait. Your opinion on Doge and your opinion on Elon.
Okay. Let me start from here. We're $37 trillion in debt. Something has to be done. No matter what side you're on, something has to be done.
Run it up like the Dems. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, something has to be done. So, like, you have to look at spending and see, like, all right, how we can, you know, cut our debt. Where can we stop the spending? Who doesn't want to cut, you know, government inefficiency? Like, you know what I mean? Like useless spending. So I like the idea of it. I like what they are uncovering. They are being very transparent with us. As you were saying, you know, people collecting Social Security that's over 100 years old. of course you could cut that. I don't like the way they're going about it also by, it's like I can understand it's quote unquote business, but this is people's lives. I don't like that aspect of it, but I like the intent and the mission behind it and to uncover some of the corruption that's going on. Right? So as of right now, I am still, I don't really know how any American could honestly be really against it unless you just really hate Trump and Elon. You could criticize like how they're doing it, that's fine, but like all in all, what's wrong with trying to uncover useless spending? You know what I mean? So it's like, and plus Trump is not the only one to do this. Bill Clinton did this also. Now there was a different way he kind of did it. He also laid off some workers, but Trump has not. Obama even talked about this also. So this is not a new idea. Maybe this department of like how they're doing it is new, but this idea is not new. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was kind of thinking like, all right, if there's anything you can get behind, if there's anything like you don't like about Trump, you can at least kind of get behind this idea because this has kind of been a bipartisan issue throughout the years. Now, Elon, I'm not gonna lie, I can also understand why people would say, hey, why should Elon be doing this? It's like, all right, that's a valid question. It's like, all right, cool. Why should Elon be doing it, right? And I heard Charlemagne say that. We gotta talk about Charlemagne. I heard him say this.
Uncle Charlotte.
I forgot the point.
Elon.
Elon.
About Elon.
Okay, yeah. I heard Charlemagne say, like, yeah, why should we trust Elon to do it? Because he's not an elected official. But how bad we have to be and to not trust our government over the last 4 years and so to say, you know what, it's been so bad. Let's just give him a shot. Now, I think Elon is fine to do the job. Like, it seems like he's doing a fine job so far. Maybe going about, he's probably just being it really extreme the way he's going about it. But I think it is a valid question to question like who he is and why he should be qualified to do the job. But to me, I'm just coming from the standpoint like, look, if you can get the job done, get the job done. And he hasn't been voted, but the reason why I don't like that point, he been on the campaign trail with Trump for months. They told you, when I win, this is Elon's job. Like, it's not like Trump got in, oh, by the way, Elon's my homie. He's about to cut this shit up. We knew. Did we not know this is what Elon was going to do? So by voting for Trump, you voted for the support of Elon Musk to create DOGE. So it's like, what you mean Elon he making speeches at MAGA conferences, speeches everywhere. He's telling you what I'm going to do. So like, I don't like the point of like, we didn't vote for Elon. America voted for Trump and voted for his policies and voted what he was going to do, which means in a way he voted for Elon. They voted for Elon. But I think it's just, it's a 50-50 thing with there's good, I mean, not 50-50, there's pros and cons with it, but overall, at least something is being done. And I think whenever you do, it's also in business. Whenever you want to like restructure something, and Elon was transparent about this too, like, there's going to be mistakes going to happen. It doesn't matter which administration is doing it. Mistakes are going to happen. Like he said, they cut Ebola. It was Ebola something.
Yeah, the Ebola.
Yeah, and then that was a mistake. Then they reinstated it. So mistakes are going to happen, but something just has to be done. So I'm in support of it, and we'll see like how he runs it.
I would say this about Charlemagne. Dude's a clown. All right, dude's a straight up clown. I mean, if you want to come on the show and defend himself,
come on the show. Definitely
come on the show and defend yourself. But I'm gonna say this: people who are talking about, oh, Elon, nobody voted for him. He's not an elected official. When you apply to work at the post office, do people vote you in? No, you don't.
That's a great point.
It's a job. It's a job. It is a job. And what people don't understand is Elon is only allowed to work for 130 days. After the 130 days, he's cut.
He's done. Yeah.
That's it. So he's not an elected nothing. He was not on no ballot for nothing. This is, hey, He got hired under Trump to be in this new Department of Efficiency. That's what it is. He already got the job because he was supporting Trump on the campaign, and this is what they wanted to do, right? He got the job. He's like, you can hire the people that you need, whatever. Obviously, nobody didn't go out and say, oh yeah, I have to check Elon off of the ballot to be Department of Efficiency. Nobody did that. Nobody did that. Nobody voted for RFK. Nobody voted for the Fox dude that's now the FBI top guy.
Kash Patel.
Kash Patel and the other dude that was on Fox.
I know, I can't remember his
Yeah,
name. I know who
Seghet.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
I know who you're talking about.
White dude. Yeah. But I'm like, nobody voted for these people. Like
Trump appointed them.
They got appointed and they went in front of the Senate or whatever the people and they got in because they had to plead their case. We didn't vote for that. No, none of us voted for that. If we voted for that, Kash Patel, all of them dudes would never be there. RFK would have never been there.
It's like you're the CEO of a company. You're hiring people for the positions and the shareholders. I didn't approve of that hire. I didn't approve of that. I ain't vote for that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't literally vote for that. So when Charlemagne goes on the internet on the Breakfast Club and he's saying this retarded stuff, this stupid stuff, saying this stupid stuff, is like, you can't spew nonsense and expect people to believe it, because now you having people saying the same garbage. Like, you don't vote these people in. That's my biggest thing. And Charlemagne, I don't know if you've seen the interview with Larry Elder.
I saw some of it, yeah.
That black dude, where he put Charlemagne in his place about when Biden said if you...
Oh, the older interview.
Yeah,
I saw that.
The old one. It's like, I seen that recently. I'm like, damn. Like,
I saw that.
You know what I mean?
Bro,
like,
every black Republican that goes on that show, they fucking own Breakfast Club. You saw what Byron Donalds went on that show?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh my God, bro. Watch that tonight. Byron, this is before...
Is that the black dude, bald head with glasses?
He got a ball. Does he have a ball? No, not him. He may be running for governor of Florida after DeSantis.
Oh, no, I did not see this one. No.
He's from Brooklyn, actually. Byron Donalds, from Brooklyn. He lives in Florida. He went on a Breakfast Club, like, right before the election happened. It was near, like, election time. And they had another woman on there. I can't remember her name, but I remember after Trump won, she took a break off of Breakfast Club and started crying and stuff. But anyway.
Oh, she was in the Larry Elder interview, though.
Yes, she was.
Oh, my gosh. She's horrible.
Horrible.
She is absolutely horrible.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, so.
She would not let that man talk.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, but it's the system. She's like, when they were talking about, like, the system is against black people and all this other stuff. And I'm like, yo, like, he was like, oh, with the George Floyd case, right? The police chief was black. The mayor was black. The governor was black. Obama was black. Like, you can't say it's the system when everybody in the system is black.
Yeah.
Like, what system you talking about?
So, yeah. So, like, Byron Donalds went on that show. Bro, he just owned them. And he came, bro, he came with so much facts, he pulled them out his jacket pocket. I can't remember. I'm about to rewatch that. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, man. I got to see.
I can't remember what it was, but he was like, oh, I got it right here. Pull it out his... And I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? And then it was even to the point where Charlemagne did live research and Byron Donalds was right, and they flipped it back over to the woman. She just ignored it and just continued to go on. But yeah, it was a great... I love Byron. Donalds.
Oh, I've seen this guy.
Byron Donalds is great. He was... It was kind of neck to neck with him and JD to be Trump VP pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Byron Donalds was like, he came far in the process. And he actually said, like, he thought it was been him because he was, like, one of the final people. But then it kind of worked out because Trump endorsed him for governor of Florida. So it's like, all right, well, Now with Trump endorsement, then that's Florida.
I don't think he's gonna win Florida. I mean,
I don't know who's running it. Like I don't think he really officially announced it, but it's like projected that.
Yeah, but because what I seen DeSantis doing, he's giving like Florida a lot more tax breaks for a Republican. He's giving them a lot more days of tax free. He's giving that for the military vets. For home ownership, reducing the taxes, and they're trying I think they're trying to start a concept of having tax, like no tax on homeowners.
Oh my God!
So you pay no property taxes for your house.
Oh my, bro.
So I'm like, yo,
you truly own your home.
So I'm like, whoa. For all the people that own houses, they like, we need that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, why they can't do that in New York?
But I think I could be wrong, but I think what DeSantis has, I think he has no choice. I think he's like up, like his terms are up. So I could be wrong, but I think DeSantis like he's done. He can't run for another term. So it's like now it's going to be Byron Donald and whoever else choose to run.
Oh, so that's the end for him.
Yeah, so it's the end for DeSantis.
Because now that I think about it, he's been there for a long time.
He's been in there for a while. So now it's like, all right, Trump passing the mantle over to Byron Donalds, saying he has his endorsement. And, yeah, so.
I mean, them dudes out in Florida, they getting it real good and their economy's booming. Really
just the
booming.
hurricanes, man.
Yeah, their economy's booming. They said all the little tax-free days that they had, they showed a lot of positive net growth and all that stuff. And I was watching the video. I don't even know how I came across it, but he was just going off about all this stuff he's bringing to Florida, and that he's really putting money back in the pockets of people. And everybody wants that. But I was low key like, damn, man, why we can't get that stuff in New York? Like, why can't we have a tax-free day where
I was in Florida one day for tax-free day.
I didn't go.
I didn't even know it was there until we just went to the outlet and it was like, it's tax-free. I'm like, tax-free day? Bro, ran it up.
Swipe.
And it was crazy when I saw like I was shopping in like the Polo store. And I saw the bill was a couple $100. I was like, oof. And then they were like, oh, wait, got to take the taxes off. Ding, 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 ding. I'm like,
yo.
Bro, I would be in Florida right now if it wasn't for the hurricanes, bro. Like, the hurricane season kind of scares me.
Yeah,
to worry about that every year.
It is.
It'd be one thing if that happened like once in the blue moon, but like, Florida's a great state, man.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, unless you live in like Fort Lauderdale or somewhere in the middle, but there ain't nothing around there. But it's good. It's they got some good stuff heading up for them in the next couple of months or the year. Let's navigate on over to your boy Eric Adams. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I don't know what this guy is doing. Like, I feel bad for him, but it's like
having an identity crisis.
You dug your own grave. All right. And it's like, okay, like now, like after he finally came out and he started really telling the public what the challenges and obstacles that he was facing were, it's like a little too late, bro. And I said this many times before, a little too late. But I feel for you. But like now you're going to go on TV, call black people Negroes and this, that, and the third.
Yeah, when I said, like, man, you've been around Trump too much, bro. You've been around Trump too much.
You running around sitting with Trump. Look, at the end of the day, I think he was guilty of the
cases.
The case.
The court cases.
Because they know you shouldn't be accepting free anything, money from anybody, right? We know you had some pull to get that fire permit done for the embassy for Turkey. We know that. You're the mayor of New York City. You could run the fire department. You could run the NYPD. That's under your jurisdiction and your control. We know that. But You going against your own party? I understand you trying to do what's right.
Yeah, but that's not how politics work.
That's not how it works, man. And not only that, you done open your mouth and said that the sanctuary city is gonna kill the city. You said that already.
It could be true, but you're a Democrat.
You're a Democrat. You this is the team that you signed up for. You got to be like Brandon Johnson and run the city to the ground. You know what I'm saying?
With the policies.
With you know what I mean? With the policies, and say we're not gonna do this or we're not gonna do that, and give Tom Homan a hard time.
You can't be a moderate. You can't do the right thing. You got to do the wrong thing.
I thought he was gonna win again, but right now I just realized he's a Democrat. He is black, and he got a case dismissed.
He's switching Republican, bro.
He's definitely losing. I don't think he's gonna switch Republican. I think this is the end of his political career.
Oh, definitely.
There's no. I'm identified as Republican.
That's why I think he might.
He's done.
He's done on the Democratic side.
He's done.
You don't think if he goes to the Republican side, they might say like, "Hey, we'll take you in"?
They're not gonna take him in, bro.
You don't think so?
They're not. They're gonna say your career is finished. Like you're done. Go home, collect your little checks. You're done. That's it. Nobody. What Republican? Like, how can he even campaign again to come back as a Republican now? To go where? You can't be governor. That ain't happening. You definitely can't be mayor again.
Yeah, Adams is done. Like, I feel for him. Like, look, I think any mayor or elected official that's in the U.S. should work with the president just because, he's just the president. No matter what side. It's just that you work with the president of the United States to help, problems you have in your city or your state. And, you just work with them. Just like, it's just like you work with your boss. So I don't find that as being a problem. I think it's just, I find it unifying. It's like, look, America voted for this man. He's the president. I'm going to work with him and tell him how we need help in New York City. I'm going to work with him to clean up the criminals, blah, blah, blah. So I don't see it as a problem.
No, it's not like realistically it's not a problem.
It's against his party. You can see his party hate Trump. The supporters of the party hate Trump. So they look at it as betrayal that you're sitting down on Fox News with Tom Homan. You're attending the presidential inauguration. They say that's betrayal and we don't want you in. We didn't vote you to be a centrist. We voted you to be a radical Democrat. Literally, that's what they voted you for. So you going against the party. I mean, and you called out Biden several times saying we don't get no help from the federal government. Biden left you out to dry. Kamala damn well left you out to dry. So it was like, and I said this on the last episode. I said, we criticized Eric Adams long before everybody else started to. People are going to hate Eric Adams not because of the migrant crisis, not because he wasn't able to make people feel safe in New York City, because he's working with Trump. That's the only reason New Yorkers don't like him. Mm-hmm. You know how many times I hear New Yorkers say, oh, he's a traitor, he betrayed us, he's an Uncle Tom, because he's deciding to work with Trump, the sitting president? That's the only reason he ain't voted out.
And he had a fiery speech earlier this week where he's like,
that was wrong, bro.
He's like, well, I want to talk to whoever the hell I want to talk to. And I'm like, look.
Oh well, I like that too. Yeah,
I'm like, look, you can't be mad at that.
Yeah,
like
then I'm talking about the Negro part. I'm like,
yeah, and he said the Negroes that told him to step down, and like I mean, look, his whole cabinet's in shambles.
Yo,
like
shambles, bro. Like they know they're like, oh yeah, this is our last days.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way he could rerun as a Republican or anything, because just that alone shows your loyalty, the loyalty of the people you thought had around you. They all abandoned you, left you to hang to dry.
Maybe he don't gotta run for position. Maybe he could like.
He can't be borough president. He can't be counselor. He can't be nothing.
Maybe if he make friends with somebody in the Republican Party, they could like appoint him to something. Or,
Bro,
I don't know.
Cuomo, who got all the little scandals, can come back and be in the lead to run for mayor. That's fine. Which is sad that he can run.
Cuomo's gonna be the man.
He can be tied up in all of them scandals and all of that stuff with women and all that and still come through and win. But if you go against your party, that's political suicide. You can't come back at all from that. And I think that's like a really messed up because it's like all he did was have a disagreement with his own party and he's working to get things done. It's not like he's just, oh, I'm a traitor and I'm just going to do whatever nonsense. He's working with ICE to get the criminals out of New York City. Who forgot 2-3 years ago when people was getting punched in the face randomly? I bet you them people who had a bust lip and a black eye probably want these people out the city.
What fucking kills me about people saying, oh, you have no empathy for people getting deported? Oh, okay. I have no empathy for people getting deported and their families getting deported back home. Where was the empathy for the people who apartment complexes were being taken over by Venezuelans with guns in their faces, being robbed and saying to get up out of here? Where was empathy for them? Because remember J.D. Vance on MSNBC? Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, it was a handful of complexes. So there's no empathy for those people who were scared and nearly shit themselves because they were ran out of their complexes or their apartments because of Venezuelans. Where is empathy for people who were robbed and killed because of the invasion? Where was empathy for all the people who suffered so much because of this? You show no empathy to Americans, but now you want to show empathy to people who who committed crimes to getting deported? Bro, this is what I'm saying. Like, the tribalism is killing America. I couldn't believe, like you were saying, people getting punched in the face. The left didn't care at all.
Getting lit on fire in the subway.
They didn't care.
MTA workers getting slashed.
But the moment Trump comes in and says, I'm going to deport these people, Selena dumbass Gomez coming on camera crying, oh, they're deporting. Of course they are.
Like, why would they not?
Now, you could probably criticize, like, hey, maybe these group of people shouldn't be deported. Start with the criminals.
I mean, that is what they're doing, though.
That's what they're doing. That's what I'm doing, son. That's what they're doing. So if you want to say, like, hey, I don't think they should deport people who've been here for years who just work and have. I'm like, all right, we can have a conversation about that, but there is this some level of deportation that has to happen. So I'm like, how do you have empathy for the criminals and for people who broke the law, but no empathy for people who literally died, caught on fire, ran out their house? So I'm like, don't talk empathy with me when you didn't care about what your previous administration did. Kamala didn't even acknowledge it was a problem. She didn't even acknowledge it was a problem. Biden did it right. So I don't want to hear shit from them liberals.
Oh my gosh, dude. Like, it's a damn shame because I feel like nowadays, especially with Trump winning, it really creates that hard divide between Democrat, Republican, conservative, and liberal. Like, it just made it like so much, like 10 times more like, yeah, like for sure I'm going to vote Democrat next time. Or for sure I'm going to vote Republican next time. It's not, oh, let me choose who's making policies that make sense. Like, who's pushing for policies that make sense. It's not going to be that anymore. It's always going to be a red or blue situation. It's like there's so many things that just doesn't make sense that was happening under Biden. And it's just like, we need some sort of change. Right? And look, Trump came in and some of the stuff he's doing is really radical. It's radical. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then there's some things he's doing that's like, yeah, like if Biden was to just do this, it wouldn't be a problem, But it's like everybody trying to please every single crowd, and you can't please everybody.
You can't please everybody.
And even with what's happening with the job cuts and all that, like, and people getting deported and all of this stuff, like, it had to happen to push things further. You know, like, there's gonna be a low period. Everything's not just gonna be great the whole time.
Yeah.
Sacrifices have to be made for the bigger picture. You know? And look, for the immigrants or the migrants that came in illegally, that are criminals, I mean, come on now. There's no way you can tell me, oh, we shouldn't deport them. There's no way. Because I'm sure if somebody bust inside of your house and said, or even if they were a squatter, let's say that. Even if they were a squatter.
Oh, we know about squatters in New York.
Like, what? You supposed to say, whoa, no, don't kick them out. Let them stay in here, because if they get kicked out, they're not going to have nowhere to live. No, you would tell them, get the hell out of my house, period. It's the same situation on a bigger scale for our country. You got people coming in here that's not helping the country. They deteriorated. Oh, and another thing. Oh, the people that come here, you know, when they get deported, they're the ones that are doing the work, the low labor work, and this, that, and the third. It's like, all right.
I know you're about to go.
How you gonna say that about these people? Is that all they're good for? Is that all these people are good for? They're
slaves?
They're just roaches on the floor cleaning, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not right.
We need them here so they can pick our strawberries and clean our toilets. That's
and do my roof, and like, so I'm like, so I'm like, wait, hold on. So wait, you know, roofers get paid bank.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people who work on the farm in the United States, legally, they get paid bank.
I don't want them people who would do it for $100.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these are literal jobs that people who didn't go to college or don't know what they're doing with their life, or they could go and take those jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why you want a dude who don't speak the language, who don't know anything about this country, to come in here and take a job away from you? Are you saying there's only degrading jobs? That's all they're good for? There is a thing that's happening now. You gotta think about it. Back in the days when the Italians and the Irish and they came to the United States, they came here, they were working. They were the laborers. They were the ones that was working on the roof. They're the ones that started all these unions and all of this stuff, and the mob and all of these things. They're the ones that started all that. Now after they killed the mob bosses and all of that stuff is dead and gone. Even those people, they done have own pizzerias, which is stores. Mm-hmm. They own all of these companies, especially out here in New York. Property. They're tied up in the MTA. Big contractors getting government contracts to work on buildings, scaffoldings, all of that stuff. Those are Italians. Those are the Irish. Those are those people, right? Now they making money. Right now, you have the Hispanics and the Latin Americans that's coming in here, and they're at the bottom. Give them a couple more generations, they're going to move up.
Yeah.
But the biggest question is, where's the black people? Where are we? Where are we? We're running around talking about DEI and all this bull crap.
Boycotting Target.
Boycotting this, boycotting that. And I'm like, listen, people who want to run around boycott Target, Amazon, this, that. I have a friend. And if he's watching this, he know I'm talking about him. Like, you can't boycott everything, bro. You can't boycott everything.
Some point you gotta get back to it.
I'm like, bro, you might as well boycott the manufacturer of your car, bro. Because at some point, they did some messed up shit, too. Like you can't, society, you gotta, if the product is good, the product is good. The product is good. If it works, it plays a good role in my life.
You think Teslas are gonna just disappear?
But you know what the funniest shit is? Especially with the Tesla shit, right? It's like, oh, they're not buying Teslas. Oh, screw Elon. Blah, 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 right? All right, cool. You don't got to buy the car. You don't gotta buy the car. Don't buy the car. Don't buy the car. But when this dude gets the robot working,
Oof.
when this dude actually have like the robo-taxi full fleet across the United States,
Oh my gosh.
when this dude, right, starts selling his software to Ford, Audi, Volkswagen, Lexus, Toyota, when he said, yo, there's many companies asking for license for the self-driving software. When he sells it to them,
He's unstoppable. He's gonna be unstoppable. He's already unstoppable, but
like, he's already the richest man in the world, right? When these people get their hands on that, you know it's going to have Tesla branding on it. So what? You're not going to buy a Ford? You're not going to buy a GM? You're not going to buy Chrysler? Like, you can hate the man all you want. You can't boycott him. You can't. Because the product is going to be there. The product is going to be there. You're going to be using his product anyway. So at the end of the day, it's like, what are you really fighting against? You're making your life more difficult because you don't agree that he's under Department of Efficiency?
yeah, I can't live my life like that, man. Listen, yo.
Jeff Bezos, he's selling racist books and all of that stuff on his website. Y'all not you gonna boycott him now?
People are not boycotting Amazon.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
I can't. I don't know if I know a person that don't use Amazon.
exactly. not even that. I remember when the unions, they were trying to unionize. I forget what state it is. Trying to unionize and boycott Amazon.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody boycotting Amazon.
Yeah, everybody boycott.
Ain't nobody boycotting no damn Amazon, bro.
I really don't know. I'm really trying to think who don't have a Prime account.
I don't know anybody that don't have a Prime account, to be honest. I really don't.
I buy everything off Amazon. It's just so efficient. Bro, there's some things I ordered that said it would be here today, the day I ordered it. It said,
They got Amazon Prime now. You can get your shit in an hour. Like, that's crazy.
Shit that I ordered, like, hey, usually 2 days, but like, hey, we could probably get out to you tomorrow. All right, cool. Boop.
Bro, I remember when they released Amazon Prime Now, they gave me a free trial, like a free thing. I ordered some. It came within 1 hour, the same day.
That's incredible.
1 hour, bro. Like, that means if you needed it, you could have got it that same time, bro. Like, that's insane. Like, that's fucking, like, there's one dude comes and drop off one package to you, bro. Like, hand delivered. So you can't like now when you talk about luxury clothes, when you talk about clothing, that stuff, sure, you can boycott that. If it's like a restaurant, you could boycott that. But if it's a service that's like so tightly intertwined, like people want to boycott Google, good luck.
Oh yeah, good luck.
Good luck with that.
Bro, who don't Google shit?
Yo, you just tell somebody Google it.
Yeah, and like I love Gmail. Like I out of all the
thing, Gmail's like elite, bro.
Is the absolute best. Like
it's
I
so
cannot
connected.
use Gmail. Like,
it's so connected to everything, bro.
Like you
know,
here to stay, yo.
But it's like, you know, like certain things you can say you dislike X, Y, and Z, right? But don't come and say you're gonna boycott it, because look, you can't boycott Target. I'm sure black people are gonna be going back there again. There was all these other boycotts that they was doing.
You know what I don't
that
understand
don't
the
last.
thing about boycott about Target though? Like Target like has always supported black businesses. Like I was in Target the other day, they had a Black History section.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? And then I'm like,
they don't have the other section, bro.
And I remember like they supported like, I can't remember the names, but like whenever I would see online, hey, this popular black business and like they're up and coming, I would see their products in Target. Target has always supported like black businesses. So now they get rid of DI, it means they don't like black people. Then all right, cool. They wouldn't have a Black History Month section in there. They would have just said like, all right, everything black is begin up out of here. So I'm just like, you're fighting the wrong fight.
Because people are so stupid. They're so dumb. It's like you I seen people going in Target and yelling at the black people that's working there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what do you expect these people to do? Quit their job because the CEO or the company's new goal is that they're not going to do DEI, so I need to run and go to a company that's going to do DEI.
I'm not going to support my family anymore because you tell me I should go boycott.
And on top of that, does that not say, oh, you are a DEI hire if you end up leaving?
There's so many things.
Okay, I just don't get, like, people just overreact on a lot of stupid shit, and then they go on the internet and they start blabbing their mouth about this stuff. And it's like, you're adding more fuel to something that is pointless. It's really pointless.
Yeah. Yeah, like, do you really think there's going to be a vast difference with DEI, slowly going away?
No.
Yeah.
I think it'll, like, for New York, it's still going to be here. They said they're going to keep it.
Yeah. It's not going to change New York.
It's I don't think DEI is going to change too much. I would say
some companies kept it.
Yeah, some companies kept it.
Apple announced they're keeping the DEI program.
Yeah, like what we were saying before, it needs to be, the vision for DEI needs to be retweaked. It needs to be retweaked. Yes, have diversity in the workplace, because nobody wants to go in a store where it's all black people, all white people, all,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, then it's like, hey, but it needs to be retweaked in a sense where it's not like, oh, we have a quota to meet and we're just going to hire the next black person that applies just to meet our threshold of, oh yeah, we have diversity, and it's like 3 black people and everyone's white. It's like, tweak it to say, okay, like, I don't know. I haven't thought it all out, but it's like, tweak it to where it's like, it makes sense, where it's fair. Because we know people are getting favoritism by their skin color or who they know and all that stuff. But honestly, I never heard about DEI before, like, the last 3 years. Like,
hasn't been like a real topic.
No, like, I never knew it existed, to be honest. Like, I never knew. I heard of the affirmative action.
I heard affirmative action. Affirmative action.
But I've never heard of, like, oh, DEI, like, oh, you're getting diversity, equity, inclusion. Like, I never heard of, like, it being a thing.
Right.
5 years ago.
Look, in my opinion, I just think it's going to be business as usual. I don't really think it's going to affect people that much. I just think if you're a qualified candidate, meet the standards of the job, you'll be fine. Like, I don't know. If somebody were to tell me, like, oh yeah, you only got that job because you're black, I would get offended. I'd be like, excuse me, do you know the work I put in college and the work I put in my other opportunities to get qualified for the job I have? Like,
I say, no, but you're black, so you only got it because you're black, bro.
Yeah, so
you're only there because you're black. It's like, shit.
So
it's messed up.
So yeah, but that's
I mean, not to drag it on, but like, if it was the other way around, where, and I'm just playing devil's advocate right now.
Mm-hmm.
It would look racist, right?
Oh yeah, I guess.
It's like, well, why these people get all this special preference to get a job? Like, I don't. It works. It goes both ways.
Goes both ways.
It goes both ways. But hey, this is America. I don't know what else to say. It's been the last couple of hours have been crazy, honestly.
I'm about to rewatch that Zelensky, JD Vance shit. That was just crazy. That was funny. I was laughing.
That I was just like, my mind was blown. You're playing with World War III.
You're playing with World War. This shit. You're playing with World War III. You're playing. And he just be repeating. He got redder and redder every time he said it.
What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Like, damn, man.
Yo, when he said that, I But oh my gosh, good thing.
Yeah.
Good thing I was like, when you sent it to me, I went in a secluded area where the couch is. I busted out laughing. And like, what if a bomb dropped to your head? And I saw he did it like this. I was like this on the couch laughing, bro.
Yo, you can't make this shit up, yo. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Straight Up and R&D podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, I know the last couple of episodes been all about politics, but it's just been
what it is.
It's just been it's too hot right now. Too hot
Way
right
too
now.
hot.
We really gotta like. But yeah, definitely like, comment, subscribe, share. Let us know what you think in the comments. And yeah, we're trying to get them subscribers up, man. We're trying to boost them up. We got goals. We got a lot
ahead of us.
We got a lot of stuff that we're trying to do for this podcast. So keep it up. We're only like one of the real ones that's out there. But I'm Rich and I'm signing out.
D signing out.
See you guys on the next one. Deuces.
Later.